Let's now alter our transformation application code to incorporate conditional statements. This will allow the user choice as to which transformation they will see. We're going to start off by declaring a variable. Now we could write the code without making a variable, but whenever we're collecting information from the user, it's better to store that information into a variable. So under variables, select the Make a Variable button. Let's call that variable transformation. Then select OK. Now what we're going to do is select the Sensing tab and collect the Ask and Wait block. You can move it over to the side here. We are also going to need the Answer block, so just drag that over now. Let's place the Ask and Wait block just beneath the Point and Direction block. So once we kind of reset the crab, we're now ready to ask the user which transformation they would like to perform. So I'm going to replace the text, which currently says, "What's your name?" with, "Which transformation would you like to perform?" So let's start with that. Just make that code a little bit bigger so you can see it. Once I have that written out, I'm then going to give them a little bit more instruction. I'm going to say type R for rotation, T for translation, or D for dilation, just so that the user doesn't have to type out the whole word. So we'll write type R for rotation, T for translation. Make my code a little smaller so you can see what I'm typing, the whole statement, or D for dilation. So what I've written here is, which transformation would you like to perform? Type R for rotation, T for translation, or D for dilation. Under variables, select the Set block and place it beneath the Ask block. In the pull-down menu of our Set block, replace it with transformation. So the variable transformation is going to hold whatever the user typed in as their answer. So they would have typed in R, T, or D. Now we're ready to add in our conditional statements. Under Control, select the If-Then block. We're going to need 3 of these, so you can drag out 3 now if you want. I'm going to split up our code, so I'm just going to pull down that translation part, take the rotation part of our code, and snap it into place for our first conditional statement. I will then place the conditional statement beneath the Set transformation block. Inside of this part here, we need to add a conditional operator. Under Operators, select the =, conditional operator and snap it into place. Go to Variables, select your transformation variable, and snap that into the first area there. So sometimes what happens here is we end up with it kind of snapping out. Just take it apart and then put it back in again. Then we're going to replace that 50 with our first option, which might be R. So the user might type in R. If they do type in R, we want them to do a rotation rather. Let's set up our second conditional statement. So drag our if-then block that we had ready onto the bottom. Make sure it's not inside. We don't want to nest them. We want to place it beneath our previous conditional statement. Now, rather than grabbing all the operator and the variable again, I'm just going to click right on the =, there, right click, or if you're on a Chromebook, you can just use 2 fingers to click, and I'm going to select duplicate. So now I have my conditional operator with the transformation variable inside. And then you can snap that into place into our second conditional statement. And rather than R, I'm going to type in T there. So if the user types in T as their transformation choice. Then we want to perform a translation. So I'm just going to break apart our dilation and our translation code, grab that translation code and place it into our second conditional statement. Finally, we're ready to create the conditional statement that will perform a dilation if that is what the user chooses. So take our conditional statement, our third one, snap it onto the bottom. Again, click on our transformation conditional operator here. So if you click right on the green part and select duplicate, so I right-clicked, I'm going to select duplicate, drag that down into our third conditional operator and change it to D. So if the user selects D for dilation, then we can drag our dilation code into there. It will perform the dilation. So let's give it a try. We'll click the green flag. Actually, before we do that, let's get rid of this transformation variable up here. We don't need to see that information. Sometimes people leave it out there as they're error checking to check to see, if they've made any bugs in their code. But I'm just going to uncheck it. So under variables, you can just uncheck the transformation block so that now it will not show up on here. Now we're ready to click that green flag. Select the green flag. It says, which transformation would you like to perform? Type R for rotation, T for translation, or D for dilation. Let's try each one of those. So let's try typing R, and we see rotation. Perfect. Let's run it again by clicking the green flag, and this time I'm going to select T for translation. Click on the check mark or press enter, and it says translation. There it goes up and back down. Select the green flag again, and this time I'm going to type in D for dilation. And there you have it. The crab performs a dilation.